We have never been closer to World War III than we are today under Joe Biden. A global conflict between nuclear armed powers would mean death and destruction on a scale unmatched in human history. It would be nuclear Armageddon. Nothing is more important than avoiding that nightmare. We will avoid it, but we need new leadership. Every day this proxy battle in Ukraine continues, we risk global war. We must be absolutely clear that our objective is to immediately have a total cessation of hostilities. All shooting has to stop. This is the central issue. We need peace without delay. In addition, there must also be a complete commitment to dismantling the entire globalist neocon establishment that is perpetually dragging us into endless wars, pretending to fight for freedom and democracy abroad, while they turn us into a third world country and a third world dictatorship right here at home. The State Department, the defense bureaucracy, the intelligence services, and all of the rest need to be completely overhauled and reconstituted to fire the deep staters and put America first.
Yes, this is what we need, because we need to clean out everybody that's warmongering, that want to send everybody's son and daughters to war to die for these old man and rich people wars. It needs to be completely overhauled, gutted, and drain the swamp, because like I said, we have too many of these people that's been lifelong politicians, and they tell us they want to start the draft back, but their children don't have to go over there and fight because of nepotism of the positions that they hold. But they okay with sending your kid over there to fight for America or to die, or because they trying to extort the resources out of these lands. That's messed up, if you ask me. Now you got to think about it. Most people had this idea when they joined the military, where they used to, that it was a noble thing to die for your country, patriotism, all of this. But nowadays, people are just going to the military to get sex changes. Sounds crazy, but people were at one point in time going to the military to get sex changes. I'm not saying that it's all of them, but for the most part, when people joined the military, it was all for one thing. It was because I wanted to fight for my country, or I was in a situation where I knew the government would take care of me. So I ended up joining the military and thought I could do something that was going to help my country out as well. Now we got all these weird fringe movements and things why people want to join the military. Like I said, the military is not what it used to be. Don't be sending y'all kids out here to just to be a bullet catcher for $20,000. That makes no sense. And like I said, why these politicians' children get to go sit on boats and yachts for the summertime, drinking beers and getting DUIs, and just because their parents is who their parents are, they getting off with a slap on the wrist. Don't set yourself up like that.
We have to put America first. Finally, we have to finish the process we began under my administration of fundamentally reevaluating NATO's purpose and NATO's mission. Our foreign policy establishment keeps trying to pull the world into conflict with a nuclear-armed Russia based on the lie that Russia represents our greatest threat. But the greatest threat to Western civilization today is not Russia. It's probably, more than anything else, ourselves and some of the horrible USA-hating people that represent us. It's the abolition of our national borders. It's the failure to police our own cities. It's the destruction of the rule of law from within. It's the collapse of the nuclear family and fertility rates like nobody can believe is happening. It's the Marxists who would have us become a godless nation worshiping at the altar of race and gender and environment. And it's the globalist class that has made us totally dependent on China and other foreign countries that basically hate us.
And that's another reason that we have these wars and people are jumping out their window to do this, because America gives so much to the world. It's getting to the point where we have the big stick and we don't never use it. We got the big stick and we don't ever use it now. And nowadays, now, we always had the tag of being a bully, but now it's seemed like America wants to turn over the leaf and be the big brother to everybody, which to me is how people end up getting power, because now that you look, now you have China, now you got Russia, now you got all these places that want to come together and side just to take down America, because America has so much hate, especially in the Muslim countries. They always told us Russia, Russia, Russia. We've seen all the movies that we grew up on, that America and Russia beefing with each other and fighting with the Soviet Union and stuff like that. But truth be told, our biggest debt to the world is to China. Like, China really is running America, truth be told. They buying up a whole bunch of farmland in America. You could look this up. China has bought up a whole bunch of farmland. Just think about if you was an American trying to go to China and buy up thousands of acres at a time in China. Just think if you went to China or Russia and tried to sit on there and be part of their Congress. They would never let nothing like that happen. But we let people over here that's not even born in America sit on our in our Congress and the Senate and the House and stuff like that. That's crazy that we allow that to happen. But I know they said they are trying to change that, and you have to be born in America to even hold any of these positions or seats, which they should have already been did.
These globalists want to squander all of America's strength, blood, and treasure, chasing monsters and phantoms overseas while keeping us distracted from the havoc they're creating right here at home. These forces are doing more damage to America than Russia and China could ever have dreamed. Evicting the sick and corrupt establishment is the monumental task for the next president. And I am the only one who can do it. I'm the only one that can get the job done. I know exactly what has to be done.
Y'all make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all share the video. Let me get out here, because I know when that name comes up on YouTube, you can't play it no more. And the reason they don't let you, play, Alex Jones things is because, Alex Jones, he's a third rail. He's a conspiracy theorist, but most of the stuff that he says come true. Now, that Sandy Hook stuff, now that was bad. I'm not gonna lie, it tainted his reputation. But also, if you look into that case a little bit more, they didn't allow a lot of stuff in when it came to his case now. And supposedly the Onion was supposed to be buying his InfoWars, but doesn't seem like that's happening. So the next that we're going to talk about is Laken Riley. If y'all don't know who Laken Riley is, it's a young lady that got raped and murdered. And the reason we're talking about this is because